Hey, yo, what up, everybody? Welcome back. This is not a podcast. It's just my thoughts with Roc Markman. It's officially been announced. Bad Bunny will be the performer at the Apple Music halftime show for Super Bowl 60 in Santa Clara, California. That's in the Bay Area on February 8th, 2026. So the next Super Bowl, we got Bad Bunny. Last year, Kendrick Lamar performed. Of course, we discussed it a lot on this channel. Broke all types of viewership records. Won an Emmy for the show. By all intents and purposes, very, very successful halftime show. Very controversial. A lot of people felt the way about it. Very successful. It worked. It did what it needed to do. Kendrick Lamar killed that show. And last night, the NFL, Apple Music, and Roc Nation announced that Benito will be performing at next year's Super Bowl, this next upcoming Super Bowl. Bunny appeared on Apple Music One. He interviewed with Ebro and Zane Lowe and talked about what it meant, right? And he basically said more, his excitement was more than him. It was for everyone else. He said, I'm really excited for my friends, my family, Puerto Rico, all the Latino people around the world. I'm excited about my culture. I'm excited about everything, not just for me. Which maybe gives you a hint as to what he's going to do, what he's going to put on display. Maybe he's still figuring it out. But, if you've been watching him and watching his tour and watching his moves, very much putting Latino culture on display, Puerto Rico on display. Now, Roc Nation has been in partnership with the NFL for the last several years and are tasked with picking the musical act, as most of you know if you watch this channel. So Bunny said he got a call personally from Jay-Z. He said he was in the gym at the time in the middle of a workout. And when it happened, he joked. He said he did 100 pull-ups after. Maybe he wasn't joking. Maybe he did 100 pull-ups. I don't know if he did 10 sets of 10 or what his regimen is, but he said he was hyped after and it was a good call. Jay-Z said in the statement that what Bad Bunny has done and continues to do for Puerto Rico is truly inspiring. He said, we are honored to have him on the world's biggest stage. Now, what Bunny has been able to do in music for the past several years has been nothing short of amazing. Truly has grown as a global superstar. Not just in music, he's doing movies now and things like that. You see him pop up in different places. But he also uses his fame to speak out on issues, right? Regarding Latinos, regarding LGBTQ. His Nueva York video from his latest album features a scene where he drapes a Puerto Rican flag over the Statue of Liberty to mirror the real life events that happened in 1977 when a group of Puerto Rican nationalists took over the statue and draped the flag in real life over the Statue of Liberty in protest. The whole song, this is the Nueva York song, is a salute to Puerto Ricans here in New York City. Me being one of them, right? Who have built life, who have built community, legacy, raised families here, contributed to culture here, contributed to just the United States, and the culture of the United States and community of the United States, as well as uphold, cultural Puerto Rican values, Latino values, and things of that nature. He also made some social commentary in the video regarding Trump. And in that video, he used the AI to have a fake Trump voice apologize to all the immigrants in the U.S. And that he has this fake Trump AI voice saying that this country is nothing without immigrants and has the fake Trump voice shouting out Latinos across the map, right? So he used his video to make a statement, and in a positive way, maybe in an optimistic way that one day Trump will realize that what he's doing is wrong and come to the realization and apologize. But again, that's the Nueva York video. That's just an example of a way that Bunny has used his art and his music to make statements. Most recently, I did a video on him talking about his residency in Puerto Rico on the island. 20 plus shows he's done over there and brought the whole world. I think like the first half, maybe the first 11 shows were just open to residents of the island. Those were the only ones who could buy tickets, and then invited everybody else to come on in and watch the show. He did 20 plus shows. And then so he did the residency, and then he has his upcoming world tour and his decision not to tour in the US. He has said, he's toured in the US already and that he didn't necessarily feel the need to do another tour in the U.S. But he spoke to Susie Exposito and ID Mag, and she asked him, I'll read it verbatim, because she asked him and then he answered. But she said, "You said you wouldn't be giving any concerts in the United States. Was this out of concern about the mass deportation of Latinos in the United States?" So she posed the question to him in that manner, and he answered. He said, "Man, honestly, yes. There were many reasons why I didn't show up in the U.S." So that's key, and that's going to become key when we continue to talk about this. He said there were many reasons why I didn't show up in the U.S., and none of them were out of hate. I performed there many times. All of the shows have been successful. All of them have been magnificent. I've enjoyed connecting with Latinos who have been living in the U.S. But specifically for a residency here in Puerto Rico, when we are an unincorporated territory of the U.S., people from the U.S. can come here to see the show. So, you could travel between the U.S. and Puerto Rico without a passport. Latinos and Puerto Ricans of the United States could also travel here or to any part of the world. And then he says, but there was this issue of fucking ICE can be outside my concert. And it's something that we were talking about and very concerned about. So he had numerous reasons of why he didn't route his tour in the U.S., his upcoming tour in the U.S. But he said, yeah, ICE was a concern. It was something that we concerned and we talked about. And he's been vocal against ICE, as he should. The way that immigrants are being targeted, the way that Latinos are being targeted. I fully expect them to be vocal against ICE. So now his decision to do the Super Bowl is indeed a choice and a statement just in itself, just the decision to do it. Now, it's unclear what Bunny will do or say on that stage while the entire world is watching. But if you know him, you know that he is sure to rep for Puerto Rico. He is sure to rep for Latinos across the world. And he's going to dance, and he's going to sing, and he's going to spread joy through his art. It's going to be an amazing show. He's an amazing performer. That much you can count on, right? For anyone who's seen his recent concert on Amazon Prime just a couple of weeks ago, it was an amazing show. Now, his decision not to tour in the U.S., again, with one of the reasons being a concern for ICE waiting outside the venue, is different from performing at the Super Bowl. For one, in mass, the immigrants targeted by ICE are likely not going to the Super Bowl, can't afford to go to the Super Bowl. I think regular working class people are priced out of the Super Bowl. You know what I'm saying? But it would also be a terrible look to have ICE rounding up people while the whole world is watching. Though, ICE doesn't seem afraid of looking terrible. Regardless of all that, while the world is watching, because the broadcast is international as well, while the whole world is watching, I fully expect, and again, I don't know what he's going to say or do or what type of statement he's going to make, if any, but Bunny, I fully expect him to show the world how beautiful Latin culture is, right? And how it could bring people together. If you allow yourself to actually enjoy it, there are people in opposition of this, and we'll speak later, but if you allow yourself to enjoy it could really bring people together. And this will actually be his second time performing at the Super Bowl. He came out in 2020 with Shakira and Jennifer Lopez. And maybe I'll just remark on this. I know I'm bouncing around a bit, but over the course of the last 10 years, there's been some pretty diverse artists performing in the Super Bowl. I'm kind of setting up because there's opposition to this, right? There's people who don't want to see him perform or who are vocal about their distaste, right? And we'll see how it lands. But if you just look over the past 10 years, 2015 Katy Perry, 2016 Coldplay, 2017 Lady Gaga, 2018 Justin Timberlake, 2019 Maroon 5, 2020 Shakira and Jennifer Lopez, 2021 The Weeknd, 2022 we had Dre and Snoop and Eminem and Mary J. Blige and 50 Cent and Kendrick Lamar. Then we had Rihanna in 2023. We had Usher in 2024. We had Kendrick Lamar earlier this year in 2025. And then we're going to have Bad Bunny. And so, I say all that to say, it's been diverse. And part of the reason you get Roc Nation in is because it hadn't always been diverse. Super Bowl stage, like, you didn't, it just hasn't been diverse. Like, black artists weren't getting a shot to headline. It might pop out as a surprise guest. Like it just started really becoming one thing, middle of America. Like, you know what I'm saying? The Janet Jackson, Justin Timberlake thing was a big controversy. The Super Bowl thing just started becoming a mess, and it's been polarizing for a while, the halftime performance. And so you get Roc Nation up in here, you get some more diversity, it gets a little more current, gets a little more exciting, and the ratings prove that, right? Now, I say all that to say, so the Bunny announcement isn't without controversy. For one, he sings in Spanish. So unless he has a surprise English album or does bilingual remixes to his biggest hits, which who knows? He's so creative, he could do whatever. Like, I'm not trying to put a limit on his creativity, though. Again, I fully expect him to make sure Latinos are seen and heard. And I personally hope he does the performances in Spanish. He could do them in all Spanish. And if he does, at the end of the performance, everybody will be okay. Nobody will be hurt. Nobody will be harmed by hearing Spanish at the halftime, by hearing Spanish songs at the halftime Super Bowl. I promise you, everybody will be okay. Nobody will be hurt. But barring something out the box for money, his performance will be in Spanish. You know what I'm saying? Unless he kind of does something that we haven't seen or heard. His performances will be in Spanish because all of his songs are in Spanish. And that has some folks upset. Danica Patrick, race car legend. I know her because I follow sports. Watch a lot of ESPN. She's actually she was in the Jay-Z video, right? Show me what you got. So she responded to a tweet from a media personality named Benny Johnson. But Danica Patrick wrote, "Oh, fun," with the eye roll emoji. No songs in English should not be allowed. Oh, no. Songs in English should not be allowed at one of America's highest rated television events of the year. Not just for sports. Okay, Danica Patrick. Benny Johnson, this was in response to Benny Johnson. He said, "This is Bad Bunny. He was just announced as the 2026 Super Bowl halftime show." And he made bullet points. He said, "Massive Trump hater. Anti-ICE activist." We support that. We support that he's an anti-ICE activist. Yes. No songs in English. Again, here comes the language thing. He even canceled his entire U.S. tour for this reason. Fucking ICE could be outside my concert, and it's something that we were talking about and very concerned about. The NFL is self-destructing year after year. Like, my guy, it's going to be okay. I promise you the NFL is going to be okay. I promise you're still going to watch football. I promise you. I promise the NFL will be just fine. And the NFL, it has been working for a global audience. And the Super Bowl is not just broadcast in the U.S. This is a good move. This is going to be a good ratings move. This is going to be a phenomenal ratings move. You know what I'm saying? Author Jack Poso, I took this from a Fox News article. He says Barack Obama's best friend Jay-Z runs the Super Bowl selection process through his company Roc Nation, which has an exclusive contract with the NFL. I guess these are all facts. This is who chooses the halftime show, the most watched musical performance in America. Okay. So I'm just saying, I just illustrated a couple of these because before he even touches that stage, just the announcement, the performance is highly politicized. Folks are taking sides. This is sure to piss off the MAGA set. You know what I'm saying? But here's the funny thing. Puerto Rico is part of the U.S. Colonized by the U.S. because of U.S. imperialism. You can't deport Puerto Ricans. You can't send Puerto Ricans back home. I mean, what's ICE gonna do? You know what I'm saying? This is America, and I think this is the crux of what we talk about when in opposition to Make America Great. Man, America is all of us. You know what I'm saying? And there is fear from these people that they're losing their country. You know what I'm saying? But this is our country too. You know what I'm saying? So this is America, and it's home to millions of Latinos. and black people, Caribbeans, Jamaicans, Haitians, people from Africa, Nigerians, you know what I'm saying? Like, and people from the Middle East, like who live here and raise families here and raise communities here. This is really what America is. And it kills some people. It really hurts some people. And, you know, to my point, look, man, I'm Puerto Rican. I was born in New York. So is my mother. But my family, my roots come from the island. So I'm glad to see it. I'm proud to see it. I think it's going to be an amazing show. I think it's going to be an entertaining show. I think it's going to be an educational show. I think it's going to be a cultural show. He may hold a mirror up to this country in some form or fashion. He may do that. We don't know, and he's not obligated to do that. Like, he doesn't have to make his performance a political statement. Like, we don't know that. But he may. Because his music is also inclusive too, like, you know what I'm saying, and it shows the beauty. Even if you go back to like the Nueva York example that I said, it you know, the skit with Trump wasn't like Trump is bad, Trump is this, Trump is that. The skit was they use AI for Trump to say my bad. Here in the U.S., man, U.S. is nothing without immigrants. You know, so kind of flipped it with an air of positivity. You know what I'm saying? So we don't know what he's going to do. He's not obligated to make a political statement. We don't know that. But again, we know it's going to be entertaining because he's a phenomenal performer. We know it's going to be educational from the fact of putting cultures on display that you may not see every day, you know, and he might hold up a mirror to the country in some form or fashion. I mean, because these are difficult times, so he may. But I promise, no matter what happens on that stage, no matter anything that happens on that stage, if you allow yourself to open up to it, you just might enjoy it. Or you could cry. From now to February, you could just cry. Fuck it. You know what I'm saying? Whatever. Those are just my thoughts, all right? Let me know what you think. Till the next time. Peace.